What are the challenges for getting the Seclore in? So first challenge is the diversification. We are diversified into defense business. So entire threat vector of our entire networks setup is changed. So we face many attacks on our firewall. We have seen various attacks on our firewall, and even those attacks could be not national, international, as well as the country-sponsored attacks also. So this is the main, I could say, the reason behind the Seclore solution. Second could be the intentional and unintentional data leakages. Yes, the intentional data leakage is always there, but unintentional data leakage is more, I can say, threatening, because the people or user is unaware of what he is sharing or what data he has been disclosing to a third party. And again, Bharat Forge went into massive innovation for last 2-3 years. So we are creating a lot of IPs and a lot of customer data basically, and the innovation data. So that data is very critical to organization and even the next futuristic business also. Again, the third one is the common, I think, which is already explained by all other people. But fourth one, I would like to explain that attrition at the higher level. It's not only attrition, but sometimes, this security guys put all securities, like USB is blocked, email is, then internet content filtering is there, external email access is not given. But generally there are exceptions. And those exceptions are generally at the higher level. The project head, the VP, the business head, those having all these exceptions. And they carry all the data. So that is the risk for the senior guys also. If he leaves, he may carry all the data, or even his laptop is open. If he is traveling internationally, maybe in the airport, he is connecting to Wi-Fi. So again, the data would be at risk, and he's having all the data in his laptop. So that is the case we have. So that is one more use case for us to push the Seclore. Again, this data sharing with the probable customer and vendor is also very tricky, because most of the time we develop our own designs and we share with the probable customer. We don't know whether we get the order or not. Sometimes the customer also rejects the order. So in that case, our data is lying with probable customer, and we are not having any control on that data. So Seclore gives us the control on that data. So we can set the expiry limit without knowing the customer or probable customer. Same case with the vendor. So we select 3 vendors for the test first. We share the data with the vendor, and probably the L1 get the order. But again, the other L2 and L3 get our data. So we can probably remove the data from their devices. Again, the last one is no-brainer, protection against highly classified data and IP. So that is very straightforward. How we have implemented basically Seclore. To start with, we started with our defense data, because that is very critical and crucial also for our organization. We straightaway create a hot folder and dump all the defense data into that hot folder. Second case could be giving the involvement of the top management. So we have shared all protector license with all my senior VPs and VPs. So they start using the Seclore. And once they start using the Seclore for their emails and other things, I get help from them to implement the Seclore in their department. So they come to know how they are using the Seclore and how they are benefiting out of Seclore. So that could be the second approach I went ahead. This business case I would like to discuss is the basically collaboration between this joint venture with one of the international player. We are developing some prototype on e-vehicle, so electric vehicle. So the international customer or international partner is basically helping us for this particular project. And there are various agencies involved. So some agencies are sitting in UK, some agencies may be everywhere in the world, and some of the consultant, they don't have even corporate email ID also. Say they are working on Hotmail or Gmail. So what we have done, we have created one hot folder for this particular project, given access to all our whatever project team we have. We have given access to those project team, strictly print and copy access are removed from the access list. And for others also, we have given the virtual desktop environment. So second use case could be integration with the DLP. So again, I think it is discussed already by many of the speakers. So we are using McAfee DLP. The McAfee DLP understands the criticality of the data. It identifies the metadata, and it calls the Seclore. Even if it is going outside the organization, it will be secure and access given to outside of the organization. So data is again protected. What are the benefits? Is basically confidence to customer. So when we face many customer audit, so our customers are basically competitor to each other. For example, BMW is our customer as well as Daimler is the customer. So they want to ensure whether customers like BMW's data is stored into our network or our storage is protected the way they want to protect, and it should not be shared with other customers by even unintentional users' mistakes also. So that is the customer audits we are facing. Always customer audits we are facing, and when we say we are using Seclore for this solution, so the 50% of the questions are gone below. So we don't have to answer all the questions related to this particular questions. So second could be again the outside the organization boundary. So again, when the data is shared with the probable vendor or the probable customer, it will be very helpful when it is secured and sent outside. So we can set expiry for that data. We can set the IP also. We can set the email ID from which it can be accessed. So granular control is the key for us in this particular application. Of course, the statutory, obligatory, or the contractual compliance is the definitely added advantage. If you combine this Seclore with the DLP, it will be 1 + 1. It is not 2, it is 11. So the benefits could be multifold. And of course, last one is the peace of mind. Once you secure the data, IT and CIO or business don't have to worry about that. So that's it from my side.